What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So I know it's been a little bit since I did a video. So I had my mother-in-law staying with us. I had to admit my daughter to the hospital. She was having some major issues, gets hooked up to IVs and all that other stuff. But I'm not going to get into that. You know, I'll cover it on my live video tomorrow night. I'll be doing a live video on that. But I'm back. My mother-in-law, we just took her to the airport, and here I am back to do some videos for you guys. I haven't forgotten about you guys, and I haven't gone anywhere. So I want to talk about a topic that I've been, it's something that I've covered on and off throughout time. You guys know that I'm into prepping. I do a little bit of prepping and stuff like that too. But there's something that's been going on in the world, in our country, that I've been following for a while, and it blows me away how often it's been happening. And it got me thinking about a few things I wanted to cover, so so I'm going to do this a little bit. So, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for anything? Basically, as we know, when the government starts making plans for different things and they start doing rehearsals and stuff like that, it's just history proves itself over and time again. Something usually happens afterwards. All right, so there's been a lot of military operations been preparing around the world, around the country, a little internal operations and stuff like that in our backyards and stuff like that. People have been seeing it out here. I've been seeing a lot of aircraft fly by all the time. We actually have a air base that's close by here. I'm seeing C-130 gunships circling around an area that looks like they're the same type of circling method they would as a government property that's over there. They're circling an area that looks like they're doing the same exact type of pattern when the gunship is actually opening up, like they're doing training operations. There's a lot of strange things that are going on. If you look what's going on overseas, our troops are preparing for hardcore winter warfare. There's a lot of crazy training going on in the military. Military readiness is very high right now. With the tensions in the world, the World War III brewing over in the Middle East. I don't care what people say. World War III is going on. It's going on over the Middle East right now. War nonstop between everyone and everyone. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time where the entire world is sucked in. We're already in the fight. If it hasn't broken out full-fledged, people don't think we are. We've been in Afghanistan for a very long time. Iraq and Afghanistan. Look what's going on in the Middle East. What's going on in Israel. There's a lot of crap that's going on in the world, and World War III is basically here. If you look at the history is kind of repeating itself again as usual. And it's just a matter of time before some sort of big event happens. Hopefully it never happens, but just a matter of time before something big does happen, which I have a feeling is going to happen, that the entire world will be at it again. So World War III is pretty much brewing, if not fully going on right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that if you just pay attention to the world, you can actually see what's going on. Now, what I wanted to cover specifically about this is how many people have heard about the whole mysterious boom epidemic. I've heard it personally in my neck of the woods. I've heard it personally multiple times. And the other house I was in, we were just outside doing our own little thing, and there's a massive boom that literally is so loud the entire house shakes, our foundation shakes. I went out to see what's going on. My neighbors went out to see what's going on. For me, as a military guy, it almost sounded to me like a freaking bomb went off. I mean, that's how loud the damn boom was. I know what a supersonic boom is, and that didn't sound like it. That sounded like a freaking explosion. And you look at the news, there's nothing going on. There's reports of a mysterious boom, though, and it's all over the place. All over the country. A great person that covers it is Secure Team. He's kind of a ufology channel, but he does cover a lot of the mysterious thing goes on. And almost every single day for months now, there's been more and more reports of these booms, mysterious booms popping up. So much that foundations are breaking. After the booms, there's like major cracks in the ground and stuff like that. And it's just like, what the hell is going on in the world? Look what's going on in Hawaii. All right, look what's going on in Hawaii. The volcano completely opened up. The entire island is a volcano. First of all, if you're going to live in a house, make sure you're not living on a volcano, because if you're living on an active volcano, it's probably going to go off. So just want to throw that one out there. But I mean, just look what's going on. All these people are displaced. Houses are getting destroyed. Land is getting destroyed because the entire thing is erupting. There's a lot of crap going on. There's a lot of stuff we don't understand what's going on. Look what's going on in the military right now. People, if you haven't been following it, a lot of people are kind of, dig your head in the ground, don't really pay attention to what's going on in the world. There's been a rush for space defense, major rush for a space division. Basically, our General Mad Dog Mattis, our entire military is pushing for a space division. They want to do this. SpaceX and the Russians are rushing up, throwing satellites and crazy left and right, like 14 at a time. Both SpaceX, us, and the Russians' version of SpaceX. It almost looks like the same damn thing with the sky. It's like the same damn thing. And like SpaceX is doing classified products. They're putting classified satellites up in the sky. Crazy, all the time, nonstop, all the time. It's like another space race is going on. So with all this stuff that's going on, with all the mysterious booms that no one can explain, some booms sound like they're coming from under the ground and no one knows what's going on. There's no official reports of it. Some booms, there's massive lights that are caught in the air and they see the boom afterwards, the entire house shakes and stuff like that, and they catch it on their surveillance photos. So something is going on in the world. We don't know if there's special space weapons out there. I mean, I'm not talking like freaking, who knows what it is, but we don't know if the military is pushing for special space weapons out there. I mean, how many times, if you've, like say, if you paid attention, have you heard generals and people pushing and sitting senators and stuff like that, pushing for more space defense, putting for more space division? You hear these massive booms, see these massive lights in the sky that are going on. Something's going on. We don't know if there's one of the superpowers in the world is putting more defensive systems out there or starting to get attack systems up in space, and we need to rush to defend it. How many missile defense systems have we now put up? Tons and tons of missile defense systems all over the place for ICBMs. How many times have there been a couple drills? There's been a couple drills on Japan and Hawaii about freaking ICBMs going off in the sky. The crazy thing, oh, it was an accident, when in truth, you can't make an accident out of it because it takes two people to actually put the warning system saying that ICBM is incoming. It takes two people like 8 feet away doing the same exact thing to actually put that stuff in there. So there's some shit going on in the world that, you know, we don't know what's going on. It's kind of in the dark. No one's really covering what's going on. So my question to you, have you been preparing? History proves itself time and time again. When stuff like this happens, usually stuff is going on, all right? When drills like this happen, usually stuff is going on. You know, a lot of people, the whole sonic boom, or the whole freaking boom, sonic boom, whatever it is, mysterious booms, people are just like, ah, whatever, who cares? You know, it's happening so much nonstop all the time. You know, what are we doing? What's our government doing? Are they experimenting with new aircraft, with new space aircraft? We don't know. And why is it so much right now? Why is it happening literally nonstop every single day across the entire country? Most of it seems to be in the Northeast. Pennsylvania is a big one. And a lot of it's over in the West too. It's all over the country. These booms nonstop, and no one can see anything in the sky. No one hears anything except a massive boom, and they're literally, their house shakes, and no one has any explanation of what it is whatsoever, except that that was loud. There's something that was going on. And some of the booms, there's no lights in the sky. It's just a massive boom, and just like, what the hell's going on? Are they doing some underground drilling? Are they, you know, using experimental aircraft? Is there something going on in space? Are they putting experimental aircraft in space? Is there new satellites? Are they testing new weapon systems out? We just don't know. And what's up with all the military operations? Once again, when the military practices, it's usually maybe because they have something in their future and they're planning for something, okay? And I know this from firsthand experience. I know from a first-hand experience when we were getting ready to cross the border in Iraq, over in Kuwait, nonstop all the time. We were daily, every single day, hardcore practicing in stand up, stand down drills, stand up, stand down drills for you're about to cross the border and then you don't cross the border because it's just another drill. But they're preparing us for when it was going to happen, which it was going to happen. And then before you know it, we crossed the border of Iraq and we're in a full-fledged war. So something is going on in the world, and if you are not preparing for it and you're not paying attention to it, then you're wrong. All right. So the best things you need to do to pay attention for, or to prepare for it. So simply have some emergency supplies in your house. Okay, just simply emergency supplies in the house. Canned food, Chef Boyardee, you know, that type of stuff. It lasts like 2 years. All right. Have that stuff in your cabinets. Have frozen stuff if you can. If you have a freezer, you can put ice in. Have some frozen meats. You know, keep an eye on it because it can go bad after time. But have frozen meats. Keep it up to date. Have a source of water, have first aid, have firearms training, all right? It's a good idea to have firearms training, and we're not just talking about pistol training. I mean, it's a good idea if you have long guns, learn how to use those damn long guns. May actually coming up in July, I actually officially signed up for a class over 6-hour academy. The only hands-on training I've honestly had when it comes to defensive stuff besides working with my buddies and stuff like that is through the military. So now I'm going to be starting taking some specialized defensive handgun courses. I'm starting that here in July. I filled out the paperwork, sent in my bill, and I'm going to start doing that stuff. So it's important for us to have training, have practice, be ready, have first aid, all right? Have first aid available on you. And more importantly, if you have first aid and you don't have to use it, then that's a problem. Learn how to use the first aid that you're carrying, all right? So have that crap available to you. Have your tanks filled up with gas. Have a plan, all right? If something bad happens, have a plan. Have a bug out location. I have my bug out location, family house up in Maine. I have handwritten maps set up in the vehicles in case something bad happens and we gotta go. Have a plan, have the background, have the supplies, and have the mindset, guys. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. Physically, get yourself ready for it. As you guys know, I've been struggling with my weight for years, okay, for years, and I'm on a pretty damn good track right now. in the last, last 3 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds. So I've lost 10 pounds in the last 3 weeks. So, you know, that's doing pretty good for me. I'm kind of happy with that. So I want to lose more. All right. So I want to lose more. So have a plan, have a backup plan. Okay. Get yourself ready. Get yourself physically ready. You know, get yourself firearms ready. You know, a lot of people waste time. They go out buying all this gear and equipment and stuff like that. And yeah, it's good to have that stuff. But the more important thing is actually, you know, having the extra supplies, as in like food and medication and training. Training is kind of more important than all that stuff, because you can have as much gear as you want, but you don't have to train if you don't know how to use it. Then yeah, you know, you're kind of, what's the point of having the gear if you don't know how to use it? You know what I mean? So just throwing that out there, guys. So have yourself be ready, have a plan. All right, have a plan, be ready. So once again, guys, I am back. Friday night I will be live. All right, that's tomorrow night. I'll be doing a live video, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's my, you know, my time to do it. So I'm sorry for the West Coasters. It's the time that I do the videos is at 9:30 Eastern time. And remember, guys, it is our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.